Heaven rewards what you do in secret. Start tonight. That's not poetry, that's policy. Jesus said, your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly. Matthew 6:4, 6:18. Write this down, please. God does not reward noise. He rewards obedience to laws done in secret. Success is predictable. Failure is also predictable because laws govern outcomes, not luck. Laws have no crisis. You don't break laws, they break you. The law of the secret place is one of those kingdom laws. Say that with me. Hidden obedience invites open reward. Jesus laid out the statute in Matthew 6. When you give, do it in secret. When you pray, go into your room and shut the door. When you fast, don't announce it with a sad face. 3 times he repeats one phrase like a judge reading a verdict. Your Father who sees in secret will reward you. That is not a suggestion. That is a guarantee. The king is binding himself to a result because his reputation is on the line with his word. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Psalm 23:3. For his name's sake means he guards his reputation on you, and when you align with his law, he must perform publicly to protect his name. The success of a product protects the reputation of the manufacturer. Hear me. That's why heaven pays in public when you obey in private. Every test is temporary. To everything there is a season. Ecclesiastes 3:1. I am instituting a season with you tonight. A 30-day season of secrecy. Write this down, please. Dedicate your evenings to the secret place and let heaven schedule the press conference later. We are moving from noisy striving to lawful secrecy. Some of you have been shouting at life, at bills, at bosses, at devils, noise without law. Stop it. Quiet your soul. Own your 6-9 p.m. for the king. Allocation predicts transformation. If you change what you do in secret for 30 days, you will change what God is obligated to add in public. What private disciplines trigger public things added by God? That will be our question. Matthew 6:33 says, seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. Sequence determines consequence. Seek first, then things are added. The problem is we've been seeking things loudly while neglecting the kingdom quietly. We post our hunger and starve our altar. We announce our dreams and ignore our disciplines. Write this down, please. God is not moved by display. He is moved by alignment. Let me tell you a story. There's a young woman, let's call her Janelle, working as a night clerk at a hotel by the harbor. Tired, underpaid, overlooked. She heard this law and made a small, violent decision. For 30 evenings, she would shut her door, turn off the television, put the phone in a drawer, and meet God. No hashtags, no selfies. Just a book, a journal, and a whispered prayer. She gave in secret to 2 families, fasted quietly once a week, and practiced her customer service scripts until her tongue obeyed excellence. On the 30th day, the regional manager walked in unannounced. Who trained you? He asked. No one, she said. He said, you're exactly what we need in front. Promotion, public, predictable. Your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly, not magic law. Joshua 1-8 gives us the mechanics. This book of the law shall not depart from your mouth. You shall meditate in it day and night. Then you will make your way prosperous, and then you will have good success. Notice the timing, day and night. Notice the outcome. Then you will make your way prosperous. Success is predictable. Failure is also predictable. If your evenings are lawless, your tomorrows will be luckless. If your evenings are lawful, your tomorrows become inevitable. So here's the foundation we will build on. Hidden obedience invites open reward. We will unpack 6 private disciplines that will load your evenings with kingdom power, but a decision begins now. Say it with me. Every test is temporary. Say it again. To everything there's a season. This is my season of secrecy. For his name's sake, start tonight. Shh. Heaven is listening, and heaven is preparing to pay in public. Sequence determines consequence. Order births outcome. Write this down, please. God never sponsors confusion. He sponsors order. But seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. Matthew 6:33. That is not poetry. That is policy. The king wrote the sequence right into the sentence. First, then. Seek, then add. If you reverse the order, you abort the outcome. Success is predictable. Failure is also predictable because sequence is a law and laws have no crisis. You don't break laws, they break you. Many of us have been begging God to add to an order he cannot endorse. We chase the things and ask the kingdom to catch us. No, seek first, then things are added. Consider the manufacturer and the manual. Every product is designed to function by laws. And the manufacturer hides those laws in a book called the manual. You buy the device, but it comes with a small book that says operating instructions. The manufacturer also gives you a warranty. Hear me. The warranty is for the manufacturer's namesake. The success of the product protects the reputation of the manufacturer. If you use the product according to the manual and something malfunctions, they fix it at their expense because their name is on it. But if you ignore the manual, pour orange juice in the gas tank, and then complain, the warranty is void, not because the company is cruel, but because you violated sequence. The manual says, first do this, then that. God is your manufacturer. Scripture is his manual. His warranty reads, for his name's sake. Psalm 23:3. When you operate by his sequence, he is obligated by his reputation to perform. But he will not finance rebellion against his order. Joshua 1-8 gives us the precise mechanics of the sequence. This book of the law shall not depart from your mouth. You shall meditate in it day and night, that you may observe to do. For then you will make your way prosperous, and then you will have good success. Look at the order mouth. Meditate, do, then prosperity, then success. Not before, not sideways, then. When you submit to the sequence, you secure the consequence. Laws have no crisis. An economy may shake, a company may fold, a doctor may sigh, but if you are aligned with the law, the outcome is inevitable in its season. Say it with me. I submit to the sequence. The sequence secures the consequence. Jesus spoke of keys because the kingdom is a government with systems. I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Matthew 16:19. Keys represent laws that unlock predictable results. Picture a ring full of keys. If you stand before a locked door and you use the wrong key, no matter how sincere you are, you will not enter. You can sweat, kick fast, and cry at the door. The wrong key will never yield. But the right key touch effortless entry. Many of you had real doors with wrong keys. You keep turning the key of chasing things into a door marked first the kingdom, and you're frustrated. Stop, change keys. The seek first key unlocks the addition door. The meditate and do key unlocks the prosperity door. The secrecy key unlocks the public reward door. Let me give you a picture you won't forget. A young custodian watched executives pushing a heavy door in the lobby that would not budge. Suits everywhere, force everywhere, frustration everywhere. He walked up quietly, pulled out the tiny brass key the architect issued, slid it in, and the door surrendered. Not strength, not status, key. Some of you have been bruising your shoulders against doors you were designed to open with a whisper of obedience. Write this down. In the kingdom, access is by alignment, not aggression. So what does this mean for your next 30 evenings? It means you schedule first before you schedule things. First the king, his word in your mouth, his law in your mind, his will in your steps. Then you watch what is added. Ideas added, favor added, placement added, solutions added, provision added. Not by manipulation, but by sequence. Every test is temporary. To everything there is a season. This is your season of sequence for his name's sake. Say it again over your soul. I submit to the sequence. The sequence secures the consequence. Now own your evenings and let the king add the headlines. Evenings are not leftovers. They are launch pads. In Genesis 1, the Spirit records, and the evening and the morning were the first day. The king counts from sunset. That means tomorrow is being programmed tonight. Crisis is simply heaven grabbing your calendar and saying, reset to law. Write this down, please. Who owns your 6-9 p.m. owns your future. Success is predictable. Failure is also predictable because allocation predicts transformation. Ephesians 5:16 says, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Redeem the evening and the evil day loses leverage. Every test is temporary. To everything there is a season. This is the season where you repossess your evenings for his name's sake. So we are instituting a 3-hour evening liturgy. Say that word, liturgy. It means ordered worship with outcomes. From 6 to 9. Alignment, activation, and audit. Number 1, alignment, 6, 7 p.m. This is your hidden altar. Turn off entertainment, turn on assignment, shut the door, 10 minutes of holy quiet, no music, no phone. Teach your soul to obey stillness. Be still and know that I am God, Psalm 46:10. Then 25 minutes in the Word, read aloud and mutter it under your breath like Joshua 1-8 prescribes mouth. Meditate, do, choose a chapter, circle verbs, write instructions. 15 minutes of prayer of alignment. Not my will, but yours be done. Pray Psalm 141-2. Let my prayer be set before you as incense. Close with 10 minutes of pre-decisions. Set tomorrow's boundaries so appetites don't set them. For you, if you are fasting this week, decide it here in secret. Laws have no crisis, appetites do. You don't break boundaries, they break you. Alignment. Number 2, activation, 7, 8. This is where you stop consuming and start producing. Your job is what they pay you to do. Your work is what you were born to do. Employment prepares you for deployment. Welcome to your deployment hour. Work your gift, not your ego. If you write 500 words. If you sell, craft 3 proposals. If you lead, design the system. If you code, push 1 feature. If you sing, do 50 scales. If you teach, build 1 lesson plan. Quiet repetitions produce public competence. Ecclesiastes 10 says, if the axe is dull and one does not sharpen the edge, he must use more strength. But wisdom brings success. With skill, knowledge of laws, success comes quickly. Shut the TV off, my cyber saints. Some of you have a remote control with more fingerprints than your Bible. Don't be insulted, be instructed. Redeem the hour and let heaven add the headlines later. Number 3, audit 8. This is where kings count. Proverbs says, know well the condition of your flocks. Review your day against the word you read. What did you obey? What needs repentance? Write it. Tally your outputs, not just your intentions. Journal gratitude to reset the heart. Plan tomorrow's top 3 kingdom-aligned actions. Schedule 1 anonymous seed to give cash, a meal, a note, don't post it. Send 1 mentor update or question. Wisdom compounds when honored. Close with 5 minutes of thanksgiving and Psalm 23. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Then power down. Sleep becomes a servant when the evening has been redeemed. For the next 30 days, we are running a challenge, a lawful experiment with predictable results. We have prepared a day-by-day evening deployment. Map your tracker with check boxes and micrometrics. Minutes of alignment, verses meditated, reps completed, pages produced. Dollars seeded anonymously, contacts made, meals fasted, screens off by 9:30, bedtime honored. Each night you check the boxes. Why? Because what you measure, you can multiply. Write this down, please. If you can't count it, you can't steward it. If you can't steward it, heaven won't scale it. Teach us to number our days that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. Psalm 90-12. Crisis not? Good. Let it push you back to order. You lost a contract? Don't panic. Redeem the evening. You got overlooked? Don't rant. Redeem the evening. In 30 nights of secrecy, clarity will return, competence will rise, and contacts will be added, because the Father who sees in secret must protect his reputation on you in public. Say it with me. I own my evenings. God owns my outcomes. Again, allocation predicts transformation. If you are ready to trade consumption for creation for the next 30 days, clap your hands right where you are. This is your deployment window. Step into it for his name's sake. We begin where kings begin, at the altar no one sees. But you, when you pray, go into your room, and when you have shut your door, pray to your Father who is in the secret place. And your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly. Matthew 6-6. Write this down, please. Private alignment directs public providence. Success is predictable. Failure is also predictable, because even prayer has laws. Laws have no crisis. You don't break laws, they break you. The law is clear. Enter, shut, pray. Father, not audience. not algorithm. Father, if you do this for 30 evenings, God is obligated for his name's sake to add what aligns with his will, because his reputation is on his word. Set a fixed place and a fixed time, 6:20 p.m., same chair, same corner, same clock. Consistency is the currency of intimacy. Lovers don't miss appointments. If you have to put a sticky note on the refrigerator, put it. If you must set 3 alarms, set them. When 6 strikes, shut the door, not just the physical door. Shut the social door, the digital door, the yapping door of your own soul. 5 minutes late today becomes 50 minutes lost tomorrow. Sequence determines consequence. Be on time for the King. Use a simple flow. Father first, kingdom first, assignment, people, Father first, worship. Begin with who he is, not what you need. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Matthew 6-9. Say his names. The manufacturer's brand on your life. Jehovah Jireh, my provider. Jehovah Shalom, my peace. Jesus, the I am. Lift your voice low and slow. Sing if you must. Whisper if you will. This is not performance. This is placement. In worship, you step beneath the warranty. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Psalm 23-3. The success of the product protects the reputation of the manufacturer. Father first, kingdom first, surrender. Pray his government over your instincts. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Matthew 6:10. This is where you cancel your private coup attempts. Tell him, not my will, not my timing, not my marketing, your will, your order, your reputation. If there's a boundary to set it here. If there is a fast to keep, confirm it here. You don't break appetites, they break you. Kingdom first. Assignment, submit your work, not just your job. Your job is what they pay you to do. Your work is what you were born to do. Lay your gift on the altar and ask for alignment, not applause. Lord, I deploy my gift tonight. Give me laws to master, skills to sharpen, systems to build. Ask for 3 clear instructions for the next 24 hours. Joshua 1-8, still works, mouth, meditate, do, then you will make your way prosperous. Pray it, then plan it. Assignment. People, intercession, call names before the throne with no press release attached. Enemies, leaders, clients, students, critics, family, especially those who cannot repay you, pray that heaven's will swallows their warfare. When you carry others secretly, God carries your outcomes publicly. Unseen advocacy authorizes seen additions. Keep a prayer journal on that altar. Paper is polite to revelation. Record instructions, impressions, scriptures, and names to serve quietly. Date every page. Circle verbs that require action. Draw a small box beside each instruction. And for the next 24 hours, check the box in obedience. If you can't count it, you can't steward it. If you can't steward it, heaven won't scale it. When ideas arrive, do not trust memory. Memory is a leaky faucet. Write it. These pages become your audit trail of alignment. And please, no photography in the Holy of Holies. Cyber Saints, keep this one off the feed. If you advertise it, you may already have your reward. Some practicals. Sit with both feet grounded. Tell your body, we are present. 2 deep breaths, quiet the animal. Wake the spirit. Whisper the word. Let your own ears hear your own mouth. Agree with God. If a distraction barges in laundry, spaghetti, emails, write 1 word on the margin to pocket, return to Father. 20 minutes is not long. Waste them talking to people later, not the problems now. Say it with me, every test is temporary. Again, to everything there is a season. Now declare, I align so he can assign. Louder, private alignment directs public providence for his name's sake. At 6 every evening, build a hidden altar. Heaven is watching the secrecy. The city will watch the supply. Now that the altar is warm, we load the law. Joshua 1-8 is not a slogan. It is system architecture. This book of the law shall not depart from your mouth. You shall meditate in it day and night, that you may observe to do. For then you will make your way prosperous, and then you will have good success. Write this down, please. Meditation is the bridge between revelation and execution. Mouth, meditate, do, then prosperity, then success. Success is predictable. Failure is also predictable because meditation is a law and laws have no crisis. You don't break laws, they break you. The Hebrew word for meditate, haga, means to mutter, to murmur, to chew. The king is telling you to load your operating system at night so tomorrow boots with righteousness by default. Night meditation programs, morning momentum. So from 6:20 to 6:30 p.m., 10 minutes, we move from panic to principle. 10 verses over 10 minutes aloud, slowly, repeatedly. Set a simple timer. Sit upright, both feet grounded. Breathe twice, quiet the animal, wake the spirit. Choose 10 kingdom-loaded verses and cycle them nightly for 30 evenings. Let me suggest a starting ring. Psalm 1 to 2, 3. His delight is in the law of the Lord. He shall be like a tree. Whatever he does shall prosper. Matthew 6:33. Seek first the kingdom. Joshua 1 to 8, our anchor. Proverbs 3 to 5, 6. Trust in the Lord. He shall direct your paths. Psalm 23 to 1, 3. He leads me for his name's sake. Isaiah 26 to 3. You will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on you. Deuteronomy 8, 18. It is he who gives you power to get wealth. Philippians 4 to 6, 7. Be anxious for nothing. The peace of God will guard. Psalm 112 to 1, 3. Wealth and riches will be in his house, and his righteousness endures forever. Ecclesiastes 10:10. If the axe is dull, wisdom brings success. Read each verse aloud, slowly, 3 times. Whisper it. Emphasize different words each round. You are loading law, not entertaining your emotions. Now, the word study drilled 3 words for 30 days. Name, image, seek. Name in Hebrew is Shem, reputation, nature, brand. For his name's sake means he is guarding his brand on your life. Image is Selim, likeness, nature, design. You are manufactured to function by his laws. The manual matches the model. Seek in Greek is zeteo, prioritize, pursue, aim at. Seek first is not an emotion, it is a sequence. After each verse, write a 1-sentence law that you will obey tomorrow. Example from Psalm 1, I prosper when I delight in and mutter the law nightly. From Matthew 6:33, priority guarantees provision. First the kingdom, then the things. From Psalm 23, 3, my public path is corrected to protect his reputation on me. Paper is polite to transformation. Circle the verbs, box the actions, then do them. Sequence determines consequence. Here's a boundary that will save your destiny. Scripture before social. No feed until you have been fed by the word. Cyber saints, your thumbs are fasting from the scroll until your mouth has muttered the manual. Post nothing until you have posted truth into your own soul. Why? Because whoever disciples your first 10 minutes owns your next 10 hours. Write it down. The first voice sets the vector. Laws have no crisis. If the market shakes tomorrow, the law you loaded tonight will lift you like buoyancy lifts a boat. Say it with me. I load the law and the law lifts me. Let me tell you why this works predictably. With skill knowledge of laws, success comes quickly. Meditation is skill acquisition at the root. You are sharpening the axe before you swing at the tree. 10 silent, stubborn minutes will save you 10 frantic, foolish hours. Marcus, one of our brothers, a paramedic, stopped doom scrolling the news and started this drill, 10 verses, 10 minutes, 30 nights. On day 18, in the back of an ambulance, he whispered Isaiah 26:3 over a panicked patient. Peace settled. The procedure stabilized. His supervisor wrote a commendation. Your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly. Not magic law. Say this out loud with me now. Every test is temporary. To everything there is a season. Laws have no prices. Again louder. I load the law and the law lifts me. For his name's sake, from 6:20 to 6:30, put scripture before social, mouth before media, meditation before momentum. 10 verses, 10 minutes, 30 nights. Tomorrow will rise to what you rehearsed tonight, and the manufacturer will add outcomes publicly to protect his reputation on you. Secret 3, anonymous generosity. Jesus legislated it plainly. When you do a charitable deed, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, that your charitable deed may be in secret, and your Father who sees in secret will himself reward you openly. Matthew 6:3-4. Write this down, please. Unseen giving authorizes seen supply. Success is predictable. Failure is also predictable because giving has laws and laws have no crisis. You don't break these laws, they break you. God built a distribution system that hides the sower and highlights the source, so when he adds publicly, no one can confuse the brand for his name's sake. Here is the law warning. Never selfie your seed. Publicity dilutes purity. If you advertise it, you might already have been paid in likes. That's a poor exchange rate. The king said in secret because he wants the glory undiluted and the warranty unvoided. The success of the product protects the reputation of the manufacturer, and he refuses to finance our ego. Left hand, no Instagram. Right hand, no press release. Father, full reward. Now to practice. Number 1, pre-decide a secret seed budget in your audit hour. Assign a line item labeled secret seed. Tiny is legal. $5 a day, $20 a week. 1 grocery bag a fortnight. Track it privately in your PDF date, target, method, box check. If you can't count it, you can't steward it. If you can't steward it, heaven won't scale it. He who sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and he who sows bountifully will also reap bountifully. 2 Corinthians 9-6. The amount is not the muscle, obedience is. Sequence determines consequence. Number 2, sow where the king points, not where your ego craves. Pray at the hidden altar, then move quietly. Practical forms: cover a light bill through the utility portal without your name. Slip a gift card under a single parent's doormat, no note. Leave 2 bags of groceries at 7 p.m. and ring the bell from your car. Pay for the next family in the pharmacy line and walk away. Serve at church before dawn. Set chairs, restock bathrooms, wipe windows, vanish before the service starts. Cash in a plain envelope to the school lunch office with instructions: clear 3 accounts, no signature. Proverbs 19:17 says, he who has pity on the poor lends to the Lord, and he will pay back what he has given. I like those odds. Number 3, refuse manipulation. Anonymous generosity is not covert networking. No IOUs, no clues, no fishing for credit. The generous soul will be made rich. He who waters will also be watered himself. Proverbs 11:25. Your job is what they pay you to do. Your work is what you were born to do. Your seed is where the manufacturer proves his warranty. When you water someone's drought in secret, heaven floods your field in public, on schedule, not on social. Let me show you how predictable this is. Andre, an entry-level electrician, took this law for 30 evenings. He said a $7 per day seed coffee money. One night, he overheard a cashier whisper, her card declined again. He stepped back, used the store app, and loaded $50 to the lane, no name. The mother wept at a stranger. Andre wept at a system. 2 weeks later, his foreman announced a new city contract and asked for someone who had demonstrated initiative without spotlight. Guess whose name came to mind? Your Father who sees in secret will himself reward you openly, not magic law. Laws have no crisis. They work in recessions, elections, and rejections. Set boundaries. Cyber saints, resist the urge to narrate your nobility. If your fingers itch to type to heaven's ledger in your journal. Date, deed, done. Whisper, Luke 6:38 over the envelope. Give, and it will be given to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Then put the phone down. The Father is calculating. He is obligated by his name to protect his reputation on you when you align with his manual for his name's sake. Say it with me. Unseen giving authorizes seen supply. Again, I sow where God points, he adds where men can see. One more time, loud enough to evict pride. I sow where God points, he adds where men can see. For the next 30 evenings, let the audit column secret seed never be blank. Small, steady, silent. The city will not know why favor follows you, but your Father will. And when the additions arrive, you will smile quietly and say, not magic law. Secret 4, fasting in secret. Listen carefully to the king's policy. Moreover, when you fast, Do not be like the hypocrites with a sad countenance, but you, when you fast, anoint your head and wash your face, so that you do not appear to men to be fasting, but to your Father who is in the secret place, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly. Matthew 6:16-18. Write this down, please. Hidden fasting breaks visible bondage and increases spiritual bandwidth. Success is predictable. Failure is also predictable because appetites obey laws and laws have no crisis. You don't break laws, they break you. Fasting is not God refusing your food, it is you refusing your Pharaoh. Appetites make poor masters. The stomach is a faithful servant but a terrible leader. What is fasting? It is the lawful removal of legitimate fuel to dethrone illegitimate lords. Isaiah 58:6 declares, is this not the fast that I have chosen, to loose the bonds of wickedness, to let the oppressed go free, and that you break every yoke? Fasting is a crowbar under yokes you thought were welded. Anxiety, lust, scrolling, addiction, sugar, tyranny, late night grazing, knee-jerk anger, yokes. Hidden fasting snaps public change because mastery multiplies margin for God's voice. With more margin, you hear faster, obey cleaner, execute sharper. Write it. Mastery creates margin. Margin amplifies instruction. Instruction guarantees addition. Now the secrecy clause, no announcements, no martyr faces, no I can't, I'm fasting advertisements. Anoint your head, comb your hair, smile, work, serve. Your Father is the only intended audience. Remember, the success of the product protects the reputation of the manufacturer. He will not fund your religious theater, but he will reward your secret law keeping for his name's sake. Choose a sustainable plan for the 30 evenings. Number 1, 3 days each week, say Monday, Wednesday, Friday, abstain from 1 to 2 meals. Water, tea without sugar, clear broths if needed. Stack the hunger with holiness. Number 2, a Daniel-style fast, vegetables, legumes, whole grains, water for the 3, 0-day stretch, minimizing oils and sweets, Daniel 1:12-15. Consult wise health guidance as needed. The point is mastery, not misery. Sequence determines consequence. Don't start with heroics, start with honesty. If sugar rules you, target sugar. If late night snacking owns you, evict it at 8 p.m. If social media spikes your dopamine, include a scroll fast alongside the plate fast. The law stands. Whoever owns your appetites owns your outcomes. Start fasting with the altar and the law from 6 to 6:40 p.m. When your body begins to negotiate, you silence it with worship, word, and alignment. Hunger's a bell, let it call you to prayer, not to panic. Read Joshua 1-8 aloud. Whisper Psalm 23, he restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Murmur, Matthew 6:33, until your cravings bow. Seek first, then added. When the stomach shouts, reminded you are in management training. Paul said, I discipline my body and bring it into subjection. 1 Corinthians 9:27. Say it with me. I am in management training. Some practicals. Pre-decide your fast in your audit hour the night before. Right in the margin. Wednesday, skip lunch and dinner. Scripture before social. Prepare simple, lawful foods ahead of time to avoid emergency compromises. Set a water schedule, 1 glass at the top of each hour from 12 to 8. Park temptations, box the cookies, delete the delivery app for 30 days. Leave your wallet in the trunk when you pass the bakery. Paper is polite to discipline. Track it. In your scorecard, add 2 boxes, fast kept and voice heard. If you can't count it, you can't steward it. If you can't steward it, heaven won't scale it. Let me give you a picture. Selena, a line cook, joined this 3-0 evening covenant. Her weakness, midnight sugar and 11 p.m. reels. She chose a Daniel fast and a scroll fast after 6 p.m. The first week, headaches and habit tantrums. She stacked the hunger with Psalm 1, repeating, his delight is in the law of the Lord. On day 12, during her activation hour, a menu concept dropped 5 low-cost, high-margin bowls. Day 21, she pitched them quietly. Day 28, the owner added her to the planning table and attached a bonus to the rollout. Your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly. Not magic law. Every test is temporary. To everything there is a season. This is your season of mastery, so the next season can be multiplication. Say it with me. I rule my body so my gift can rule my world. Again, louder. Hidden fasting breaks visible bondage and increases spiritual bandwidth. One more time. I rule my body so my gift can rule my world for his name's sake. Now set your plan. Shut your mouth. Anoint your head. And let the manufacturer add outcomes in public because you honored his manual in secret. Laws have no crisis. They will carry you through elections, recessions, and cravings. Seek first with your fork and watch the king add with his hand. Now that you quieted the stomach and loaded the law, we sharpen the tool. Write this down, please. Your job is what they pay you to do. Your work is what you were born to do. Employment prepares you for deployment. The evening is your deployment window. Success is predictable. Failure is also predictable because competence is governed by laws. Ecclesiastes 10:10 says, if the axe is dull and one does not sharpen the edge, he must use more strength. But wisdom brings success. With skill, knowledge of laws, success comes quickly. Laws have no crisis. Dull axes do. You don't break the law of skill. The lack of skill breaks you. Sequence determines consequence. So here is the sequence. Altar, law, drill. From 6 to 6:20, you align. From 6:20 to 6:30, you mutter the manual. Then, from 6:30 to 8 p.m., a daily deep work block. One skill, one drill, timed reps, no posting, just practice. Cyber saints, hear your pastor. Stop suffering from announce-itis. We post progress and postpone proficiency. The Father who sees in secret is not impressed by our trailers. He is partnering with our training for his name's sake. Define your one core gift lane for this 3-0 day covenant. Not 12. 1. Writer, words. Designer, visual systems. Coder, clean, documented features. Sales, discovery and closing scripts. Teacher, transformational lesson frameworks. Musician, intonation and timing. Entrepreneur, unit economics and value proposition. Then design one measurable drill that advances that lane. Drills are movements with metrics, not vibes. Set a visible timer, 3 sets of 25 minutes with 5-minute breaths or 9 sets of 10 minutes, whatever keeps the axe on the stone. Phone in airplane mode, door shut, tabs closed. Playlist predictable or silence your choice, but no novelty hunts. Paper is polite to excellence. Keep a tally sheet beside you. If you can't count it, you can't steward it. If you can't steward it, heaven won't scale it. Examples to remove your excuses. Writers, 3 pomodoros, 300 words each, no editing, end with 1-sentence summary. Designers, 5 logo variations within a constraint, black and white only, 2 fonts, grid locked. Coders, 1 function refactored with tests, documented in 10 bullet points. Sales leaders, rehearse your opener and objection handling, 15 reps each, recorded, then scored. Teachers, outline 1 5-minute micro lesson with objective, hook, activity, assessment, 4 boxes checked. 50 scales at 60-80 BPM, then 10 minutes on weak transitions. Preachers, 1 0-minute exegesis on 1 text, read, outline, application, record, review, revise, no posting, just practice. Quiet repetitions produce public competence. Build a simple portfolio quietly, 30 artifacts in 30 days. Label each artifact with date and drill. A quiet portfolio folder on your desktop or draw with numbered sheets, pages, prototypes, paragraphs, pieces. At the end of 30 evenings, you won't have intentions, you will have inventory. Do you see a man skillful in his work? He will stand before kings, he will not stand before obscure men. Proverbs 22:29. That is not poetry, that is policy. The manufacturer promotes what functions by the manual because the success of the product protects the reputation of the manufacturer for his name's sake. Let me illustrate. Priya works reception by day and designs interfaces by night. She embraced the 638 drill, 5 wire frames nightly, grayscale only, mobile first constraints. No posts, no hashtags, By day 18, she had 90 screens and a repeatable system. Her manager's cousin, true story, needed a prototype for a pitch. Priya slid her quiet portfolio across the table. The room went still. Where did this come from? From secrecy. The next week, a retainer. The week after, a title change. Your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly, not magic law. Guard the sanctity of the drill. If a friend calls at 6:45, the answer is later. If the feed pings, the answer is never. Sequence determines consequence. Keep a small scorecard in your audit hour. Date, drill, reps, artifact, produce yes, no, lessons learned, 2 bullets, tomorrow's adjustment, 1 line. You are converting hunger into habit and habit into harvest. Remember Joshua 1-8 mouth, meditate, do, for then you will make your way prosperous and then you will have good success. The doing is in the drill. Say with me, quiet repetitions produce public competence. Again, I deploy my gift in private, God displays it in public. Louder for your ego to hear it. Leave the room. I deploy my gift in private. God displays it in public. Every test is temporary. To everything there is a season. This is the season to sharpen the axe so the next season doesn't exhaust your back. Own 6:30 to 8 for 30 evenings. 1 skill, 1 drill, time reps, and the king, for his name's sake, will add the rooms, the tables, the kings. Laws have no crisis. Excellence always finds an invitation. Secret 6 keys. Mentors and systems. The king did not leave us with vibes. He left us with keys. I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven. Matthew 16:19. Write this down, please. Hidden systems turn calling into repeatable capacity. Success is predictable. Failure is also predictable. Why? Because keys are laws, and laws have no crisis. You don't break laws, they break you. Keys don't care about your feelings, they care about the cut of the lock. Stop bruising your foot on doors you are meant to open. Say it with me. I carry keys, I don't kick doors. Let's talk mentors, not celebrity noise wisdom. For the next 30 evenings, select 1 silent mentor, 1 author, 1 course, 1 sermon archive, not 10 streams, 1 well. Proverbs 13:20 says, he who walks with wise men will be wise. You can walk with the dead through their books and the distant through their lessons. Choose a mentor whose fruit matches your assignment, not your appetite. If you are a builder, choose a builder. If you are a teacher, choose a master teacher. If you are a coder, choose a systems thinker. Avoid charisma, pursue competence. Set a 2-0-minute window after your drill, 8 to 8:20, mentor mining. With a notebook, extract 3 keys in plain sentences, not quotes to impress, laws to obey. Example, batch tasks to reduce context switching. Ship a small artifact daily. Use checklists to prevent rework. Papers polite to wisdom. Circle verbs. Box actions. Then tomorrow do them. Joshua 1-8, again mouth. Meditate. Do. Then you will make your way prosperous. Keys unused become clutter. Keys applied become capacity. Now, systems. With skill, success comes quickly, Ecclesiastes 10. And with systems, success comes consistently. A system is a repeatable way to do the right thing the same way every time under pressure. Systems compress time, reduce waste, and protect you from mood swings. Write the vision and make it plain. Habakkuk 2-2. That's a checklist. 2 systems for this 30-day covenant. Number 1, a checklist for your evening routine. Make it stupid simple so you can't cheat it. Example, 5:50 water on desk, 6 doors shut, 6:20 altar, 6:30 meditation, 6:38 drill timer set, phone off, tally sheet out, 8:20 mentor mining, 3 keys captured, 8:20, 8:40 SOP update and artifact log, 8:49 audit and tomorrow's prep. 10 boxes. Check them. If you can't count it, you can't steward it. If you can't steward it, heaven won't scale it. Number 2, a simple SOP, standard operating procedure for your gift production flow. This is where calling becomes capacity. Document the steps you repeat every night until they become muscle memory. Writers, brief, 1 sentence. Outline, 5. 3, draft 300 words. X, 3, rest 10 minutes. Review, read aloud. Once, ship to quiet portfolio. Designers, receive prompt. Constraint, set colors, grid, type, sketch, 10 uglies, select 3, vectorize, export to folder with date stamp, write 2 lessons. Coders, define function, spec, write test, write function, refactor, document, commitment message, log lessons. Salespeople, prospect list, update, call block 110, debrief patterns, call block 210, send follow-ups, log objections, refine script line. Teachers, text selection, objective statement, hook design, activity steps, assessment question, reflection note. Keep each step short, visible, and checkable. Systems don't remove the spirit, they remove the sloppiness. The manufacturer included a manual because the success of the product protects the reputation of the manufacturer for his name's sake. Let me show you the predictability. Jamal cuts hair, good hands, bad habits. He chose a silent mentor, an old school barber's book, and pulled 3 keys, pre-consultation questions, clipper maintenance, time blocks. He built an SOP, greet and consult, map section map 1, first pass 10, cross-check 5, detail 7, sanitize and style 3, photo 4, portfolio, no feast. Book next 2, he taped it to his mirror. Week 1, cuts dropped from 45 minutes to 28 with higher quality. Week 2, he added a Saturday wait list. Week 3, a men's boutique called for a pop-up. Do you see a man skillful in his work? He will stand before kings. Proverbs 22:29. Your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly, not magic law. Guard this secret. Don't boast about your mentor. Embody his methods. Don't flaunt your checklist. Follow it. Cyber saints, resist turning your SOP into a carousel post. Keep your keys jingling in your pocket. Let the doors testify. Say it with me again. I carry keys. I don't kick doors. One more time. Hidden systems turn my calling into repeatable capacity. Every test is temporary. To everything there is a season. This is the season to systematize so the next season can multiply. Build in secret, God will add in public for his name's sake. Now we draw the map. Structure makes spiritual consistency sustainable and measurable. Say it with me. Structure sustains stamina. One more time. Structure sustains stamina. Sequence determines consequence. So for 30 evenings, we will move by weeks. Alignment, mastery, deployment, addition. Not vibes law, not pressure plan. Write the vision and make it plain that he may run who reads it. Habakkuk 2:2. If you can't read it, you can't run it. If you can't count it, you can't steward it. If you can't steward it, heaven won't scale it. Week 1, alignment, foundation only, the hidden altar and the law in your mouth. From 6 to 6:20 p.m., private prayer of alignment. From 6:20 to 6:30 p.m., meditation, monitor manual, Joshua 1-8. Then 8:40 to 9 p.m., your audit and prep. Nothing more yet. Aim for 80% consistency, at least 5 to 6 nights locked. We are pouring the slab. Don't decorate the house before curing the concrete. Your checklist this week: altar check, meditation check, audit check, minutes logged beside each. Whisper Psalm 23, inches your alignment block. He leads me for his name's sake. Your Father is branding his reputation on your rhythm. Success is predictable. Failure is also predictable because laws have no crisis. You don't break the law of sequence, it breaks you. Week 2 mastery. Keep week 1 intact and add fasting and anonymous seed. Select your fast pattern and pre-decide seed moments. Boxes appear on your scorecard. Fast kept, voice heard, seed sown. Track the day, the duration, and the deed. No names, just obedience. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, plate mastery. 3 secret seeds across the week. Small is legal. Aim again for 80% consistency. You are practicing dominion over appetites and permission for heaven's distribution. When you fast, when you give, your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly. Matthew 6:16-18, 6-3-4. Not magic law. Week 3, deployment. Keep alignment and mastery, and now add the drill. From 6:30 to 8 p.m., 3 time sets, 1 gift, 1 drill, 1 artifact nightly. Your scorecard now includes reps completed, artifact produced, yes, no, lessons learned, 2 lines by day 18. Ship your first quiet deliverable into the quiet portfolio. No announcements, no trailers, no fishing for feedback. The fruit will speak when it is ripe. Do you see a man skillful in his work? He will stand before kings. Proverbs 22:29. With skill, knowledge of laws, success comes quickly. Laws have no crisis. Week 4, addition, optimize systems, evaluate fruit, and prepare a silent pitch deck or private proposal. Keep the altar, the word, the fast, the seed, the drill, but spend 8 to 8:40 p.m. refining your SOPs, naming bottlenecks, and assembling a clean, quiet deck. Who you serve, the problem, your solution, 3 artifacts, next step. Pray for timing and a name. Schedule 1 discreet conversation where obedience, not ego, leads. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. Matthew 5:16. The manufacturer protects his reputation by promoting what follows his manual for his name's sake. Now the scorecard, the governor of drift, 1 page per day with simple boxes. Altar, 20 minutes. Meditation, 10 minutes. Fast kept why. Voice heard. Seed sown why. In amount. Drill minutes. Reps completed. Artifact produce. Mentor mining, 20 minutes. SOP update, 10 minutes. Audit done. Add a minute's total at the bottom on a 1-sentence lesson. Today I learned. Then every Sunday evening, 8:30 p.m., weekly review. Count your boxes. Circle 80% or better. Confess your leaks. Adjust your plan. Write 3 gratitude lines. Set 1 improvement. Proverbs 27:23 says, be diligent to know the state of your flock. Your flocks are your minutes, your reps, your seeds, your artifacts. Steward them and heaven will scale them. Say with me, structure sustains stamina. Again, I schedule my obedience. God schedules my outcomes. Every test is temporary. To everything, there is a season. This is the season to measure what matters so the next season can multiply what's measured. Seek first in secret for 30 evenings and expect the king to add in public on schedule. Your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly, not magic law, and he will do it for his name's sake. Guard the silence now. We have built the altar, loaded the law, mastered the fork, drilled the gift, gathered the keys, and mapped the month. The next law is protection. Write this down, please. Silence is a shield. Protect your process until the fruit can speak. Ecclesiastes 3:7 says, a time to keep silence and a time to speak. Timing is a law. Laws have no crisis. You don't break the law of timing. It breaks you. Say that with me. Sequence determines consequence. Why is silence a shield? Because premature exposure invites unauthorized opinions to incubate doubt and deform design. Ask any baker, open the oven too early and the cake collapses. Ask any mother, you don't announce a heartbeat at week 1. You nurture a heartbeat in the secret place until it kicks on schedule. Mary kept all these things and pondered them in her heart. Luke 2:19. Even Jesus often said, tell no one after a miracle. Why? Because purpose must mature before publicity. Success is predictable. Failure is also predictable. Announce-itis is an illness. Results are the cure. Your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly. He knows how to schedule your reveal for his name's sake. So here are your protection protocols. Number 1, boundaries. Decline premature interviews. If someone asks, what are you working on? Say, I am obeying instructions. You will see the fruit in due season. That is not pride, that is stewardship. Do not join panels to describe a prototype you have not proven. Do not let curiosity draft you into counsel you have not earned. Use non-disclosure agreements for collaborations. NDAs are not suspicion, they are wisdom. Share by need to know only. Advisors, intercessors, and implementers, those 3. Not the group chat, not the cousin who forwards screenshots. Proverbs 13:3 says, he who guards his mouth preserves his life. Guard your mouth, guard your minutes, guard your momentum. Number 2, replace posting with producing. Draft in the dark, deliver in due season. No trailers, only testimonies. Proverbs 27:2 counsels, let another man praise you and not your own mouth. Let your portfolio speak. Let your SOPs testify. Let kings request what you refuse to advertise. Cyber saints, hear your pastor. Stop feeding algorithms and starving your assignment. For 30 evenings, the algorithm is your audit sheet. Post your check marks, not your ideas on paper, not online. With skill, success comes quickly. With silence, success comes cleanly. Not magic law. Number 3, humility. This is the guardrail on a mountain road. Success is for his name's sake, not your handle's sake. The success of the product protects the reputation of the manufacturer. Don't autograph what you didn't author. James 4:6, God resists the proud, but gives grace to the humble. Pride breaks process. You don't break laws, they break you. If your heart starts rehearsing acceptance speeches in the mirror, return to the altar. Whisper Psalm 23. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Say it with me. I decrease, the king increases. Write this also. If I protect the process, God will protect the product. Practical silence looks like this. You keep your quiet portfolio labeled, dated, and backed up, but not broadcast. You watermark drafts, timestamp ideas, and keep a simple log what was shared, with whom, and why. You require agendas for meetings and decline. Pick your brain appointments until week 4's edition window. You speak in principles, not blueprints. You convert invitations into intercessions. Father, is this the time? If there is no peace, there is no release. Ecclesiastes 3 again. There is a time to plant and a time to pluck what is planted. Let heaven set the harvest date. Let me give you a picture. Darren built quietly for 22 evenings, altar, law, drill, mentor, SOP, a media outlet, sniff momentum, and asked for a feature. The old Darren would have sprinted to the camera. The new Darren said, not yet. He tightened his system, closed his NDA with a partner, and waited. On day 31, after week 4's review, the door opened this time not for a profile, but for a purchase order. Headlines are applause, purchase orders are additions. Do you see a man skillful in his work? He will stand before kings, Proverbs 22:29. The fruit spoke, the king added, not magic law. Every test is temporary. To everything there is a season. This is the season to be quiet so the next season can be quoted. Say it now strong. I protect the process. God will protect the product. Again, I protect the process. God will protect the product. One more time for your future. I protect the process. God will protect the product for his name's sake. Clap your hands right where you are and wrap a guard around your evenings. Keep the altar, keep the word, keep the fast, keep the drill, keep the keys, and keep your mouth. Silence is a shield. Guard it until the fruit can speak, and when it speaks, it will not be shy. It will glorify your Father in heaven. Lift your head and hear your commission. The king is not indifferent to your evenings. He has stamped you with his image, and the success of the product protects the reputation of the manufacturer. Let us make man in our image according to our likeness. Genesis 1:26. Manufacturers put their name on the product and their manual in the box because their reputation rides on your operation. That is why David could pray, he leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Psalm 23:3. Write this down, please. God is invested in you because his name is on you. He is committed to add results that vindicate his word in your life, not magic law. To everything there is a season, and every test is temporary. Ecclesiastes 3:1. Say it with me. Every test is temporary. Again, to everything there is a season. You have entered the addition season by obeying the sequence. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. Matthew 6:33. Sequence determines consequence. Success is predictable. Failure is also predictable. Why? Because laws have no crisis. You don't break laws, they break you. When you place the king first in secret, addition becomes heaven's predictable response. Joshua 1-8 confirms the algorithm. Mouth it, meditate it, do it. Then you will make your way prosperous, and then you will have good success. Expect a then. Expect an addition. What should you watch for? Proof points. Additions seldom knock like thunder. They slip like favor. Number one, unsolicited calls or messages from unlikely people. Gatekeepers you never tag. Invitations you never chase. That's addition. Number two, favor with doorkeepers' approvals that used to stall, now sail. Emails that once ignored you, now welcome you. That's addition. Number three, skill speed increase. What took you 90 minutes now takes 40 with higher quality. The axe is sharp with skill. Success comes quickly. Ecclesiastes 10:10. That's addition. Number four, unusual provision, discounts you didn't request, equipment at cost, a debt adjusted, a purchase order appearing where a profile was offered. This is the Lord's doing. It is marvelous in our eyes. Psalm 118-23. When you see any of these, lift your hands and whisper, for his name's sake. Now listen carefully. Public thanksgiving, private boasting ban. When the additions arrive, testify to the faithfulness of God without violating the secrecy law. Say, the Lord opened the door, but do not publish the blueprint that built the door handle. Let another man praise you and not your own mouth. Proverbs 27:2. Share fruit, not formulas. Praise, not process. Mary kept and pondered. Jesus often said, tell no one until the time was fulfilled. Protect the womb that is still carrying tomorrow's twins. Gratitude in public, governance in private. Your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly for his name's sake. Activation time. Say it with me. I schedule my obedience. God schedules my outcomes. One more time. I seek first. Things are being added to me for his name's sake. Right now, commit. In your journal, on a card, or in the comments if you're online, write, I'm in for 30. Sign your name and the date. Download and print the tracker we described, 1 page per day. Put it on your desk, your refrigerator, your mirror. Set an alarm for health race PM. Prepare your water, close your door, and start tonight at 6 p.m. Altar, law, drill, mentor, SOP, audit. If you miss a night, you did not fail, you recalibrate. Every test is temporary. To everything there is a season. Get back in the sequence, the consequence will follow. I speak this over you with prophetic confidence because you bear his image. Your competence and your character will converge, and kings will request the very thing you refine in silence. By this my Father is glorified, that you bear much fruit. John 15:8. Fruit is coming. Doors are opening. The manufacturer will honor his manual. Not for your handle's sake, but for his name's sake. Clap your hands where you are and seal it with your mouth. Say it strong. Seek first the kingdom. Things are being added to me for his name's sake. Again, I seek first in secret. God adds in public for his name's sake. One more time, like you believe it's already in motion. Every test is temporary. To everything there is a season. I keep the sequence, and God secures the consequence for his name's sake. Now go own your evenings for the next 30 and watch the king keep his word.